Hello there, people of the internet. I'm trying to find the best spot for filming here, and this spot right here seems to be okay-ish. So that being said, this right here is the new gun range. You guys can't see it. I'll go ahead and re-angle us whenever we go send some lead down range. I would not be out here and I would not be able to do these things if it wasn't for you guys. I got some of y'all that have sent me some ammunition, and I got some of y'all that are on Patreon or Utreon. Some of y'all have bought t-shirts to help the cause, or you can do a one-time donation through the t-shirt page. Go ahead and go check those out. I actually just got a comment on my YouTube video. I can't remember which one it was, but they had essentially said that a boomer will tell you to buy literally anything besides an AR-15, besides communist garbage weapons, or besides Tupperware handguns. Now, as much as I want to disagree with this, it's pretty much spot on, because I can't think of a single thing that a boomer will tell you not to get if it's not one of those three things. Now, there are like really tactical, advanced looking things that a boomer will tell you you don't need. Like if you went with a tactical lever action, they'd be like, oh, you don't need that. You know, a good classic style lever action would serve you just fine. But that plays a part with the looking like an AR-15 aspects, just because it's got all those rail systems and whatnot on it. Now, that being said, I've actually shown this thing to a lot of different boomers, and I always get positive results, because it doesn't necessarily matter if it's Tupperware or not. If it's something that they enjoy, or that is in a caliber that they enjoy, then suddenly they're going to be fine with it. This right here is my Henry 22 long rifle, takedown rifle. Lots of boomers have told me just how much that they enjoy these things. 22 long rifle, takedown, fits in the stock, floats in water, but it's plastic, and it's black, and it's got rail systems on it, and it's got all the anti-boomer things. But because it is a 22 long rifle that has a positive influence on the boomer community, literally every single old person I've talked to that would consider themselves to be a boomer, they say, hey, this right here is a really cool little piece of technology. Or whenever it comes to the Tupperware guns, literally all of them that consider themselves a boomer, hey, go get yourself a 1911. Doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter what it is that they're wanting to use it for, doesn't matter what the aspects are, doesn't matter what state regulations, you can have yourself a 1911 and it will do the job. Doesn't matter if you're a 5'4", 130-pound girl, guess what? You get yourself a full-size 1911, 45 ACP recoil. Have fun with that. Doesn't matter if you're looking to conceal carry and you're in the state of Florida like I am, and in the summertime you walk around in t-shirts or in swim trunks, and doesn't matter. Full-size 1911, here you go. Doesn't matter if nowadays people are committing crimes in packs. Yeah, they're committing crimes in packs. I'm going to say that in that manner without, in that manner so I don't piss any people off. They're committing crimes in packs, oftentimes like 3 or 4 or more people. So having 7 rounds should be enough for taking care of that until you find yourself in the heat of battle. But hey, if it can't be solved with 7, it just can't be solved, right? No, definitely not. So, lots of instances where I have been told by literally every boomer I know, 1911, go out and get yourself one and ignore those Tupperware guns. Or you don't need yourself an AR-15, because one of those won't hit jack shit past 300 yards. Get yourself an old school military surplus bolt action rifle, good old wood and steel full power cartridge. You could nail the wings off a fly with something like this at, I don't know, 800 yards. They call them tack drivers because they manage to hit a steel silhouette at 100 yards. Standard accuracy for these old military surplus firearms is actually 3 to 5 MOA, especially if you're using old surplus ammunition. Definitely not made for accurate fire. Of course, there's more accurate rifles out there, like your 1903s and your 1917s. Those tend to be pretty gosh darn accurate. I know I've got a 1917 and I pulled sub MOA accuracy out of that with 150 grain projectiles. But that's a story for another time. They'll tell you, wood, steel, this right here is what you need. They don't really pay attention to, most of your encounters are going to take place well within that 100-yard mark. And insert generic argument here. I have preached about that so many times on the channel. Don't go into a modern combat situation armed with a bolt-action rifle. By the time you send this much ammunition downrange, you're going to be getting a legitimate wall of lead sent back to you if that other person has something that is modern, or if there's multiple people all armed with something that is modern. God forbid they have optics and you have your good old-fashioned iron sights, because that's all you need, sonny. And don't even get me started on the whole debacle between communist garbage being not good. The only time that I've seen any kind of communist-style firearm that is not made well is whenever it is made here in the U.S. There for a good long while, U.S.-made AK-47s, absolute trash. Or the SKS, that is actually a pretty nice little rifle, way better than a lot of people make claims. Or the Mosin Nagant. A lot of your boomers are like, oh, that's a garbage rod, you don't want that. Sticky, can't shoot, etc., etc. Insert your generic Mosin Nagant slur here that we have heard all the time. That's just because they were dirt cheap rifles back in the day. Actually pretty gosh darn good. So the boomer will tell you, get anything, literally anything, lever action, shotgun, insert your choice of firearm here. Get anything besides a Tupperware gun, or get anything besides your AR-15, or get anything besides a comm block weapon. Literally insert any other gun here, and a boomer would probably be okay with the fact that you're going to go out and use that for protection or for hunting or for whatever it is that you're looking to use it for. In my particular case, I'm going to be using these rifles for shooting some garbage out here at this public gun range. Let's go ahead and load up and do that. Now remember, as long as you have one of these, this right here will be on par with any of the Tupperware guns that just jam and don't work, and they're weak and underpowered, and they can't hit anything beyond 300 yards, and etc., whatever other sort of FUD excuse that there is out there. These right here are absolutely the way to go. Okay, speaking of the way to go, I don't really know where to go, so I don't have a target out here. I'm literally just mag dumping into garbage. I've shot the old radio out there a couple of times. I'm going to send another round down there. Hell, I can't even tell which pile of scrap metal's the old radio, so I'm just going to shoot this thing. Well, that thing's been shot. Now I'm going to shoot, I see a fire extinguisher. That fire extinguisher's been shot. Fantastic. By the time that you manage to do that, anyone who is even half competent with an AR platform would be able to turn around, especially if they got groups of people, and send so much lead your way. Like, holy crap. Another big one, the 1911. Literally every boomer, every FUD, everybody. Get yourself a 1911 chambered in .45 ACP to use for literally any task that you want. Well, I actually use this right here as my concealed carry handgun for the most part. I do have better options, but man, this thing is just so small and convenient. Taurus Spectrum 380. I got 2 magazines with this thing. Single stack, nice and thin, extremely light. 380 ACP from 7 yards is definitely going to be enough to be able to put a threat down. That is just so convenient. There's a reason why I own multiple 1911s, but I don't carry any of them. But that does not mean that I'm not going to come out here and fire off some 1911 45 ACP. We've got a microwave right there. Let's send some 45 ACP into it. Well, that was anticlimactic. Let's go for the fire extinguisher that's all the way out there somewhere. Well, I hit it right at the base. You know what? I got another round in this thing. Let's set it at that microwave. Ah, that poor microwave. Yeah, 45 ACP, powerhouse of a cartridge. Definitely a potent round, but that being said, man, this right here is just such a large, heavy handgun, especially since you're only going to have 7 or 8 rounds inside of this thing. Get yourself a 2011, that's a different argument, but a classic 1911 for every purpose, I just can't see it. I take my 1911s hog hunting with me, because I definitely do not trust 380 ACP for hogs. I'll take my 1911 and I'll use it as my home defense gun. I've done that a couple of times just because I don't have to worry about concealed carrying it on my property. I'll use this for dispatching creatures and critters and things that aren't of 2 legs. But for the most part, this is not something that I'm going to carry around. And then we have the 22 long rifle. I actually don't have any 22 long rifle ammunition inside of this thing, but we have the 22 long rifle. Insert your choice of fuddly argument for the 22 long rifle here. There's the good arguments, like it's lightweight, it's cheap, it's powerful enough to do most jobs. And then there's the people who will tell you that this will ricochet all over the body and just turn somebody into hamburger, or it is the deadliest cartridge in the world because more people have died by 22 long rifle. That definitely doesn't have to do with the popularity of anything, but I digress. 22 long rifle, insert your choice of fuddly argument. I could do another video just on the Fudd argument with 22 long rifle. Great cartridge, definitely worth the money. I really enjoy the platforms, but it's not the nuclear bomb that the Fudds tend to think that it is. So there you guys go. That right there is Fudd approved firearms. Basically anything that's not comm block, AR, or Tupperware. Thanks for watching, folks. I appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share. Description below has a link to all sorts of stuff. Go check it out. You guys go off, have yourself a fantastic day. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Been a little while since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. The poor man's Garen. It's a shame that bolt-action shotguns aren't more mainstream.